Hey, what's up, everybody? Mogollon Monster here, along with Stevie B.
Hello.
Welcome to Why the Fascination, or WTF. Hope everybody's doing well tonight. It's great to see everybody in chat. Mr. Lee, how you doing, buddy?
Lee.
Great to see you.
What's up, Lee?
Stranger.
Right?
Blackie, what's happening?
Gate Smasher.
Sandra Piper.
Hey, Sandra. How you doing?
Great to see you. Hey, Harold. Who else? Oh, Gate. What's up, Gate?
1 minute before the show, I'm running around the house looking for my phone. Literally, he's calling my phone.
That's how we roll.
Trying to get my screen straight.
It's like herding cats.
I forgot I knocked into my shelf and it fell over yesterday. I forgot to put it back up.
I don't think anybody would have noticed.
Well, I did. But so.
Although people are pretty goddamn observant.
Yes. Well,
You got a new chair.
Christy
Boom.
noticed my
Christy was
chair.
on that.
Yes. Something's missing over here.
Yeah, if I took something down, somebody'd say something.
Yeah. I still have stuff on the floor. And everything comes.
So how's everybody doing tonight? Good.
Mr. Lee says I got a suntan finally.
Really? Just stand too close to the microwave? 'Cause
English
if you go out in the sun, you'll spontaneously combust.
Combust, yeah.
Well, Blackie's peachy. Right on.
Right. Well, that threw me off. You said Blackie's peachy, and look on my screen, it's not peaches and pears. But
That did look like
yes, I was like, the look
hell?
on my face, I'm like, what the hell?
What's up, Richie? All right. Oh, well, I'm glad to hear that, Richie.
Michael Haywood.
Take them one at a time. What's up, Michael? So, as you guys know, the link is in chat.
So
Click on that link. Hold on.
Oh, sorry.
No, you good? Go ahead.
No.
Click on that link. You want to come hang out? Just follow the directions. It's pretty simple if you've never done it before. All I ask is that you turn off YouTube and just stay on StreamYard because you get bad feedback. If you don't want to be on camera, you can hit stop camera at the bottom of the screen. And there you go. So, what's new? God willing, I have a day off tomorrow.
That'd be up.
Yeah, but one phone call can send that straight to hell.
Right. This is true.
Do you have any boats available? I don't know. It's been, I think in the last 2 weeks, I've had 2 days off.
One.
Well, no, last Wednesday and hopefully tomorrow.
Oh, well, tomorrow will be.
Tomorrow don't
So
count
far,
yet.
you already have. We've only had
One.
one.
Yeah.
You get done at a decent time today.
Yeah.
That doesn't
I
count.
had to finish up some training with somebody and let him go out and tool around on the boat to get a feel for it.
Harold said our computer cameras stopped working before our scheduled live last night. Didn't have a show. Yeah,
I was wondering about that because it was just buffering that whole time. I was like, well,
I think we
what's going on?
finished.
And I even checked radar.
Yes.
Looking for storms.
He
I'm
really
like,
did.
oh, they might have got hit by a tornado or
Well,
something.
because we finished dinner, and by the time we did, we went to go look for your live, and we both got the notification as we were sitting there eating, I believe. And like I said, we finished up. We went to go turn on the laptop, and it wasn't there.
Mr. Lee, yes, I do, by the way.
I said, well, maybe they got hit with storms or something. What did he ask? I didn't see.
He asked me if I enjoyed my work.
Oh, he does.
It's like, how can you not?
I enjoy his work. Are you kidding me? I do. I go and hang out over there on my days off sometimes.
Half the time I'm in bare feet working. That's how I broke my toe on Memorial Day.
He's on the water.
How
can you not be?
And it's not like back-breaking work. I've been there, done that. You know, I'm not afraid of work, but this is probably one of the better jobs I've ever had, if not the best job.
Right. It's cool. It's a cool place to work. Roger Blair, good to see
I only
you.
have 3 boats I have to deal with.
Northwoods.
About to get another one probably because we're getting more and more members. So, and that's why it's getting busy. And I'm
It's
fine with it.
It's that season though. I mean, it's summertime.
I don't-
Kids are out of school.
They go out, I do something else. So I'll just putz around. There's nothing to do when the boats aren't there. And, I try to remain busy. But it's the nature of the beast. You look at, because there's 2 other boat clubs right next to us, and their guys are sitting around half the time. They're on the boat, just chilling on their phone. That's it. Just on their phone. Because you can only wash the boat so many times. They only get so clean.
True.
And once that's done, then it's like, okay, now what? Check the oil, But yeah, so I like my job, dude. Thank you for asking. Sharon guy, how are you? Excuse me. Now, what were you gonna say?
Well, I saw Michael Haywood, and I said I was thinking about a conversation he and I had the other day. A couple shows back, I called you a secret Swiftie. I think we were talking about Taylor Swift.
Oh, because Friday the 13th.
Yes. So here I am at work, and at summer camp, 2 of the coaches were kind of standing behind me, and they were joking about how the one coach, she has a little portable speaker, and she'll play music for the little kids, and all the little girls were wanting to hear Taylor Swift. And
Oh, really?
one of the male coaches, he seemed or acted like he was, bothered by it, but she had called him a secret Swiftie, and I laughed because I remembered saying that about you. Well, I'll be damned if not 10 minutes later, I get a message from Haywood saying, I know it was a while ago, but that cracked me up about secret Swiftie. I'm like, wait, what? The fuck? I got the conversation behind me not 10 minutes ago, and then just out of
And he brings
random,
it up like, what,
just
you
random.
in the room? What the hell?
Right. Exactly. That tripped me out.
So Mr. Lee has said, has anyone noticed all the advertisements on YouTube? Some channels are unwatchable now. Yeah, actually. Joe, what's happening? Squatching Cowboy.
Hey, Joe. Good to see you.
Great to see you.
Right?
I have noticed a lot of commercials on some of the shows that I watch at night, I listen to. I'm always having to lean over and hit the skip. I don't know, if you guys go back and watch our channel, are there a lot of advertisements? I have no clue.
Yeah, I don't watch a full show to see what.
Mr. Blair, what's happening?
I don't think there's that many ads during your show. I mean, going back to watching.
Yeah.
I've seen channels where in the middle of a live, there's ads
that's
that come on.
But I think
That's set. People set it that way. Hey, Erica. Good to see you.
What's up, Erica?
Yeah, that was
Robert
crazy.
Dendubin.
For them to be talking about Secret Swiftie, and then here out of the blue, Haywood just says it.
Well, that's like
randomly.
the other day on the show the other day. We both said "blessed" at the same time.
Well, we do that a lot.
But not that. Come on, it's a random word.
Well, yeah.
You never hear me say that word. Like,
Dina P. Good to see you. Huh?
hey, Dina. So yeah, once again, the link is in chat if you want to come hang out. Mogs, Tuesday's advertising on your show is not too bad. Okay. Yeah, I don't know the frequency of it.
Yeah, there's one ad that drives me crazy, and I've only heard it a couple times, and I'm sure a lot of people have seen it. It's that stupid sketch your soulmate, where people sketch like it's some kind of psychic reading thing where they sketch your soulmate. It come across my feed a couple times the other day, and this one lady, she says, I'm trying to think of the exact wording, Jesus effing Christ. And I'm like, what? I mean, that just kind of made me mad. That struck a nerve. I'm like, what is this shit? Shoo. Skip, gone. I hit the little option of,
Sketch your soulmate.
yeah, you've never heard of that?
My sketch would look like Cookie Monster.
Which, right.
So one of these guys.
Oh gosh.
Jim, how's it going, man? Good to see you.
What's up, Jim?
Enjoyed hanging out this morning. Actually, I think I got a couple subs from your channel, dude. Thank you.
That's cool.
Don't understand a word you're saying, but well, it was either Portuguese or Spanish.
Gotcha.
All the comments, I'm like, fuck, how do I look this up again? But when I do respond, it will be in Portuguese or Spanish.
It would, I'm sure.
Jim said on his show how I like to learn new things, and it's true.
You do.
You know.
I know you do.
So when I said goodbye at the show because I had to go to work, I put goodbye, adios, palam, which is in Philippine, and then I was going to go on. I was like, nah, that's. Hell,
I think you and I have done that a few times as far as how many different ways we can say goodbye or hello.
When I was working in Sedona one time, twice, two different situations, same place. We had a big group come in. I used to work for, if you guys remember, we used to rent side-by-sides and ATVs. We ended up getting away from the ATVs. Anyway, we had a big group come in, Asian. Turns out they were Chinese. Go out. There was probably 20, at least 20 cars that we sent out that day. While they were gone, I learned how to say "you're welcome" in Chinese.
I've heard you say that.
I forgot it since, but also we had a bookkeeper who was just a woman. She was Russian, but I learned how to say "my name is Russell" in Russian. That I remember. Меня зовут Russell. And I said that to my boss, and she looked at me because she's a linguist. She was a linguist in the army, and she starts going off in Russian. I'm like, yes. I don't speak it. Yeah, always stupid things.
Because Jim has subs from all over Earth.
Yeah, he does. And you'd be surprised if you went back and looked at, if I could go and look at all my subs, like where they're from. They're all over. I was just talking about today to someone about that, having he's talking about his son doing something online with all these people from around the world. They said, yeah. And I told him about the channel and how, yeah, we have friends all over the world, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's amazing.
What else? Danny Staten, what's up?
Greetings.
Oh, right on, dude. Good to see you, Danny. You said I was on BMR today talking about your 500th episode at Night Vision. Did you figure them out? I hope so.
He's still working on it, I'm sure. Val, good to see you.
Yeah. Roger says it could be worse than Cookie Monster. They could draw Oscar the Grouch. Or Snuffleupagus. Okay, Bird. Whatever. Bird. Actually, I had a teacher in high school. Early in his career, he did Snuffleupagus at one point in the Sesame Street. You know, that show's still on. That's crazy. Yeah, but back in the day, I think it was a Tuesday. Gray babe. Beagly.
WTF, Mike. Good to see you.
What's up, Mike? He says, Moogs, tink.
I saw it.
I have to apologize. I know Judy's not here, and I don't think Val's here, but Val is here. What's up, Val? I was late getting those bandanas out. I've been busier than a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest.
I don't think either of us really have been home other than in the morning to leave for work, and then we get home in the evening, have dinner, and then it's, usually go to bed and back at it again the next day, and it's been busy.
Yeah. So, if you've been looking in the mailbox, I apologize, but on their way.
I don't even think it was, 7:30 it was 7 when I got home tonight, I think. So 6:30, 7 o'clock.
It was like 7.
I managed to lay down for a half hour or so.
The dinner was actually ready.
Yeah, when I walked in the door.
Usually we putz around that we might not cook until 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah, I made steamed vegetables with cheese and I cooked a London broil, but I cut it up into like individual, I don't know, maybe 4-ounce steaks, and then sliced it up after that was done with
Richie saying stop lying, y'all are too busy fishing.
Sauteed onions. Hey, can't say I didn't take a few casts, but
I actually caught a good sized bass.
You did.
And then I caught a dink.
Yesterday.
No, yesterday was the dink. The day before was the bass. I mean, the good
size. That was a solid fish.
Yeah. It was funny because he was like, come on, dinner's ready. I'm like, one more cast. And it was one more. I got it on that last cast.
It comes in. I said, yeah, that was probably your fourth one.
I swear to God, it was that was that cast. I took my time bringing it back in, and I watched it come from the right. And boom, slammed the worm I had on there. It's funny because I almost couldn't get it over the wall. The drag was loose, so when I went to bring it up, it went. I was like, "Oh shit!" Tighten the drag. And
we have a lot of gar out here.
Yes,
and you can see them, and if you like drag a worm in front of them, they'll go after it, but they always end up just grabbing the tail, and that's it. And then they let go because they never grab the damn hook unless you go with something small.
Yeah.
But those are fun to fight.
I think more times than not, you'll snag one instead of, going after it. I've snagged a couple.
Yeah. I might have snagged a few. Yeah, Cowboy, hit the link.
Toothy bastard.
I didn't put you on the spot. Mr. Lee did, so.
Right?
I just agree with him.
So I would catch it with my bare hands. It's funny because
they are toothy critters.
Yeah. No, the little bass I caught yesterday, I got the hook out of its mouth and it dropped, and I just grabbed it. I walked in, going down. I'm like,
it was a little one.
It was.
Oh, and so by the way, for that, right. And one for the day before.
The one before, day before was a couple pounds.
We fist bump whenever it works. Fish bump. Sorry,
bump, not fish bump.
Whenever she catches a fish or I catch a fish.
Yeah, I was gonna say either one of us. Even if he's catching one on the dock and I'm at work, I'll send him the emoji. Fist bump.
I don't know. I don't understand why Richie
I don't know.
identifies as a female Sasquatch.
You know.
It's just odd. But he's looking for a back rub if anybody's.
Well, he says Richie like hairy ladies. That might be the answer.
Well, then he'd be posing as a
Well.
as a female Sasquatch lesbian.
Oh well, I mean,
Or a lesbian female Sasquatch. Whatever. To each his own.
indeed.
So I've seen him. Does that count as a Bigfoot sighting?
Right?
Maybe I have had one. Wait a minute. Excuse me. Those fish not the prettiest. No, they're not going to win any blue ribbons at the county fair. That's for sure. Busy going fishing. Y'all stop lying. I know you said that earlier, but I hadn't read it.
I know.
So, Mr. Lee said,
Gosh,
I got to, I'm not afraid of this.
how nice.
So many lesbians around lately. What are we doing wrong?
Wow.
I wouldn't take blame for it, Mr. Lee. It's not you. It's them. That's funny, dude. I think I just threw up a little.
Richie.
Richie.
I know.
I can't get that out of my head, Richie. You're a bastard. Move over, Maya. Never mind. Stevie just hurdled the dog. Oh man. So what else? Yeah, so today was my first day at work that I started training someone as far as on the water training. I haven't done any of the other training on my own with they just asked me to start training people if I would like to. I said sure. And but I did some on the water training for this guy today. He did great, you know. He's like he has experience. It's been a while, but he's a jet skier, so they own a couple jet skis and he understands boating. So it was a pretty easy day today. He went out and, you know, after we trained for a little while, I sent him on his own and he went out for a couple hours and hung out, hosed off a boat. That was all. It wasn't anything to do. Had the tunes blaring. Not blaring, but, you know, it wasn't obnoxious. Oh, I saw Richie in Sports Illustrated swimsuit issue. Really? See, Mr. Lee saw it too. Keep it to yourselves. I don't want to see it. Jim says autocorrect got me again, Tink Tink. Because he goes, Tank, tack, don't trip. He goes, oh, it's Tom Tink. He was meant to say tink tink. No, I was like telling the dog to move. Next time I look over and she's just like midair and like OJ running through the airport.
I've gotten used to moving around her. As long as she doesn't move. She did that one morning. That's when I hit the floor. Remember recently when I fell in front of, yeah. She moved at the wrong time, and to avoid stepping on her, I hit the floor and bounced off the dresser.
Oh, right on, Val. However,
tomorrow.
Technically,
tomorrow is the first day of the summer.
You've seen your first lightning bug on the last day of spring.
Yes.
So that's cool.
So tomorrow, the 20th, is my 20-year anniversary at work.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
It's just weird.
Surprised you made the past couple of years, you know.
Well, the last couple of years alone have felt like 20 years. The last 3 in particular.
But yeah, no,
but yeah,
that's awesome.
20th anniversary awesome. On the 20th. Yeah. It's a long fucking time.
You know what's funny? That's my wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, my second wedding, my second marriage was June 20th, 2012.
You know what's funny is that's my.
And I survived that too.
That's Alex and I's wedding anniversary is.
Is what?
The 20th.
Get the fuck out of here.
Ask him.
Come on.
Yep.
See, you learn something new every day, folks.
I've said it to you before.
I don't remember that.
I know you don't remember a lot of stuff that we've talked about.
I smoke a lot of weed.
Well,
So.
that was probably one of our early on conversations, talking on the phone. I'm sure.
Yeah, I don't remember that.
Yeah, I do.
That's crazy.
That I do.
3 anniversaries on the same day.
Yep. And it's there's something else. I forget what it is. There's one more. Can't remember. Thank you, everybody.
I wanted to do the 27th, and that's what we were planning on because that would have been my parents. That's my parents' anniversary was June 27th. I don't think we could book the train or something.
Richie says, "Thank God he doesn't drink anymore." Talking about your memory.
What memory?
Yeah, right.
Where am I? Don't miss it, Richie. We've already gone over this. If I didn't stop, I wouldn't be here.
Thank you, Miss Sandra. Thank you, all of you. Sharon Guy, everybody's telling me congratulations.
Right on. That is awesome. That is awesome.
Miss Tulisa, Stephanie, you've been watching Naked and Afraid season. They had a lady with no legs on there. She did 21 days. No, I didn't see that.
She had legs when she started.
When she started out, that was going to be my question. Did she have them when she started?
Yeah. Northwoods, that's awesome. Because I haven't had a drink in 30 years.
Wow.
In over 30 years.
That's amazing.
I'm at number 8 in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Oh, 8.
Month.
8. Yeah. 6 weeks.
Right.
But who's counting?
All right.
And she said I had a 22-ounce Blue Moon beer for you yesterday. Just slam a little piece of orange in there.
Sharon Guy.
I wasn't playing.
Handle your business. We'll be here. She's got a plumber and got a major leak.
That sucks. Well, you know they didn't freeze, so what could it be? If I was closer, I'd come and fix it. I can do that shit.
Well, I was thinking Christy had said something about getting a chair, and new to her chair. I thought the same. Like if we were closer, I'd have one for you.
Oh,
Have a
well, don't give it away yet. I'm not sure. I haven't sat in her chair yet.
Well,
Her throne.
well, sit in it tonight because tomorrow, if you want it,
Have somebody put it in the
yeah,
car.
he'll be there tomorrow to help me.
Yeah,
put
I
it
had
in
to
the
struggle
car.
with this chair. That chair.
It's heavy. It's big.
I'm a big guy. I'm strong.
It's got a solid
That
base
chair kicked
to
my
it.
ass. And it's weird carrying it because it's just so bulky and heavy and
Yes.
awkward. I was like, how do I take this apart?
Well, it rocks, so it.
I flipped it over today. I looked. It does need some tightening. I got to
It does.
figure out what exactly and how to get,
Yeah.
because I don't think these chairs probably came like this. You bought them whole. Nobody put them together. Like they were
I don't
prefabricated before
remember.
you got them.
I honestly
Because
don't.
I don't think anybody in that office could figure out the
Back
bottom
then,
of that.
I mean, this goes back to previous management. So
Oh, maybe.
yeah, I
People
believe
actually knew something
Yes.
or did something.
Yeah. I could see somebody putting them together. The actual manager at the time.
Mogs and Solidarity, I'm not drinking either. Right.
Sure is, Mr. Lee. Comfort is everything. Telling you.
Oh yeah, I mean, even I'd gotten this one, but I get off the chair and my ass is numb.
That's what was going on with the
Limping
little
and-
chair.
Well, we should have a limit there, Rich.
Do they
It's
have
gonna be-
goals?
it's gonna- yeah.
I mean,
What is it? Hope for the best, expect the worst.
right?
Easy on those 3 beers. Take your time. Yeah, when I got a headache on non-alcoholic beer, that was fucked up.
Yeah. Not good.
Yeah. Links in chat. Anybody wants to join us, feel free. Come hang out. You got something you want to talk about? Bring it.
Lee says, I have this armchair girlfriend bought. It's rubber. So uncomfortable. Dogs
Don't
like
fix
it though.
though.
At least somebody's happy.
It's not going to waste. Brush it off every once in a while.
Right.
My dog, where she sheds. Right on. He said, Northwood says, wrong chair. He has back problems. He sits too long. But luckily, the seat's on the train, recline enough so it doesn't bother him.
That's cool.
I was like, damn, it's quiet in here.
It is.
The air
AC's
conditioner.
not on. Yep.
You always have that constant background noise.
Yeah.
I don't know how if it shows up on
I hear the one from,
recordings and shit,
I hear
but
the one from the room.
Sandra said, try living in a dang bed 24/7.
That sucks. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry too.
I mean, I did it for a while, but nowhere near as long. Talk about going stir crazy and
Hey,
cabin fever.
hey, Mr. Lee, you going to celebrate 4th of July? You know, when U.S. versus America kicked England's ass. Or USA, America kicked England's ass. Arse, excuse me.
True, Jim. I just don't like sitting around. I agree. Only for so long.
Hey, Figgy.
Biggie.
How you doing, Figgy?
Better late than never.
There is no late here.
No.
Unless we do it, of course.
Yeah. Right.
Shit. Be on time every time, but it's that one time you're late. I never forget. There's Figgy.
Can
What's
you
up?
hear me?
Hey.
Hi guys.
How are you?
Hello.
I'm good and good night, Stevie.
Hey. Good to see you.
Good to see you too. How you guys doing?
Doing good.
Doing all right.
Tired, but
Yeah.
you know, I live.
Right.
That's normal because I don't know I don't know in Florida, but in here, yesterday and today it's been hot. Humidity is high.
Oh yeah, it was brutal these past couple days.
Yes.
Suffocating.
Mid 90s,
do you-
100% humidity.
The air is just thick.
It's a
Really?
pea soup.
Yes.
Really thick.
Yeah.
So I
it's,
was looking at your lists.
good.
And out of those, I mean, not all of them. There was a good amount that were natural causes or heart attack or, you know, there was a few. I mean,
That's the reason why I sent you a second email, because I was going to explain it to you before we get here that the one with the asterisk, they die
it's
of
cancer.
cancer.
Yes. Oh, I
One
figured
with
out the
I think it's in the bottom, if I'm not
the
mistaken.
circle in the line was died of something else. It wasn't
Yeah.
cancer.
Heart related. Heart.
Heart related.
They're all
Yeah, they
heart
were.
related.
I don't know if they were all heart related. Were they?
I don't know. I didn't
I'm
see
trying to
the
remember.
I went to bed right after the show and I haven't seen.
You look into it if you want to. You can look into it if you want to, but they are heart related. Weird.
Yeah, I'm trying to. I saw the one that said heart related. Something else said natural causes.
I forgot. You know something that I forgot to mention. You know that in the beef food community, we have lost a lot of influential, meaningful people.
That's why I like to stay right where I'm at.
I put them in there because I want to remember in the back of my head to do like, let me see if I'm to try to do like a list of the most influential people of the beef food community and what they changes they have accomplished. Meanwhile, being in the community for like example, Dr. Huberman. Huberman is in the list.
I didn't print it out. I'm pulling it up.
I think he's number 3.
So for anybody that's not familiar with what they're discussing, Vicky has generated a list of Bigfoot researchers, people that are
in the community,
in
some way, shape, or form
that have passed away, and I guess the majority of what caught her attention is that a lot of researchers have passed or died from cancer, and that got her looking into other areas of. But there seems to be a lot of people in this field that have died from cancer. And she sent the list to Moog. I didn't get to see it yet. I went to bed right after the show when you sent it to him. and then I've been working since then.
Okay.
But
okay.
he apparently he had a chance to go through it.
That's good. That's good. I
No,
was going to.
I've got it pulled up on my screen, so I can't even see if somebody pops in backstage. Oh, I might see them down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got the list pulled up.
Just feel free to just feel free to double check. I mean, that will be it's not a double, that's a triple check, because there's there's like around 50 to 60 that I have not checked yet. Have you seen that I got them in alphabetical order? There's still some more that I haven't checked that they passed, but I have not checked, and those are the ones that I find in the beginning. And when I look into it, I was like, cancer, cancer, cancer. And I was like, wait a second, why so many? And not only the guys, but also the ladies too. Because the lady of last name Sohar, she died of cancer too. Sonia Sohar.
I don't recognize the name.
I saw her in this YouTube channel that you sit down and you tell your story. Flash of Beauty. Flash of
Okay.
Beauty? Yes. That's where I saw that lady there, and she did have a close relationship with some Bigfoot community or clans, and she died of cancer. Sonia
So
Sohar.
Mr. Lee said, how many researchers are based on your findings? There are a lot of researchers that are not on YouTube. So is this based on YouTube or?
Well, like Renee DeHinden's not on YouTube.
Okay,
So
I
it
haven't
goes
seen the
back
list, so
to,
I'm not. I'm
you know,
reading this question. But
No,
how
no,
many?
no, no, no.
years.
How many researchers would you say that you have on the list, but you have, and even with the ones that you haven't put on the list yet, how many in all do you think you have? What number of people that would have died from cancer?
Well, what
Yes.
happened is that I just, okay, I cannot give you a number per se, because that happened through a process.
Okay.
And as I am going through the process,
Sure. Yeah.
that's when I figured out, like, wait a second, this is not normal. And then, but I still gotta go for, and they are not YouTube related. This is
Gotcha.
something that I like, for example, Mr. Huberman. Dr. Huberman was the person who did the test for 3 days for the Minnesota Iceman. So when people say about Bigfoot not being tested, that's not true. Dr. Huberman and 2 other doctors, for 3 days, they took the original Minnesota Iceman before the FBI came and switched it, did the switcheroo, because this was a juvenile Bigfoot, and he was shot in the eye. So once the government got hold into that information, it put pressure on the guy, and the guy have to switch it for a fake one. But the original one, Dr. Huberman tested for 3 days, and he gave it a name. He gave it a name like let's say that the Gigantopithecus, right? Well, he gave it a name to this new breed of.
Was that the one down in Texas? That sounds
No,
familiar. Is he the one
Minnesota.
who named it something Blackie?
Minnesota, I think she.
Minnesota Iceman.
No, I know, but what am I? I know you're talking about the Iceman, but something just popped into my head about.
What? Tell me a little bit about him. Maybe it is.
What's up, Wendell?
Maybe.
I just remember them naming one of the.
Blackie.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I don't.
Somebody will know what I'm talking about. I can't see chat right now. I'm looking at your list.
Okay, no, take your time. It's just
Yeah.
like I'm trying to answer what Mr. Lee wanted to know. It was not something that I went to YouTube. It was not like that. It was that I was doing research on the Minnesota Iceman, and I find Dr. Huber and three other guys did this lab work before the FBI show up and took the real one, and then the guy put the fake one. So, anyways, then after that, I was looking in.
Was any of those tests published, or I mean, what was the results of their testing?
It's a new class of what you call it, primate? No, not primate. New class of he placed a name on it. It's a new kind of a breed. It's a brand new breed. Let's just call it that way.
Okay.
Yeah, he put a name to it. I gotta find it because it's in my writings. But then after him, because people said that beef will never been tested, beef will never this. That's not true.
Bullshit.
These people did it for 3 days. Now, if you
Yeah,
go
but
to
it's not those gentlemen did, but you don't think the government has one on ice or had one for years?
oh,
Dude, those things have been dissected, and they know what the hell's out there if they're out there.
yeah, you know what? I was just listening to President Roosevelt in 1908. He went to Wyoming in these hunting trips, and he went with one of the guys. And the book that he published is based in the experience that he got up in I don't know if it was in North Dakota.
No, I know what you're talking about.
He wrote in his journal.
Yeah, a story that was told to him
Yes.
about the gentleman, the two miners that ran
Yeah.
into a Bigfoot and were killed.
Yes.
But a lot of people speculate that that's the Bauman story, by the way.
Yes.
A lot of people speculate that Bauman is actually Roosevelt.
Right.
That he switched it. Yeah.
Right.
So
Correct. Yeah. I was just listening to it, and if I'm not mistaken, he was the first person that started like leaving certain areas to be
National parks.
yes, he created national parks.
He did. He was the one that created national parks.
Thank you. Oh, you guys are so freaking bright. I love you already.
Well, I mean, it makes sense if these existed and he knew about it, he'd want to protect them as well as
the public.
the public.
Yes.
Well, one of the guys that he was with him, they call him Eddie. Eddie has a journal, and Eddie wrote about the experience in Wyoming where they chased the Bigfoot for 3 days. In the last day, don't leave me now. In the last day, the Bigfoot throw them a rabbit with a broken neck in their campsite, and after the fog was removed, they saw the Bigfoot looking at them at a distance. And Eddie says that there was some orbs coming from where the Bigfoot was toward them, and they took off. The president says, "Now we're not supposed to be here." Eddie wrote a diary, and that diary was published about the Wyoming experience. They were chasing the Bigfoot for 3 days. That Bigfoot knew that he was being chased.
Why
So
give
he
him a
was
rabbit?
like,
Feed him?
Maybe. Yeah.
no, I think, I think could be nice, maybe, but listen.
Set an example. This is you're next.
Exactly. Look what I can do to you. Keep chasing me. It's time for you to go now. Exactly. They're smart.
Hoax, what's up? Wendell, how's it
give them
going? Hi, Karen.
Hey, Karen.
Uh-huh.
You.
I'm thinking that he was trying to make a point of like, look what I can do to you. I can break your neck easily. So that's what I'm just guessing. My grandson is going to Packwood. Oh, Mount St. Helen. That's not a good idea.
It's a great idea.
Yeah.
It's an awesome idea.
To go into, well, listen.
Why not? You want to see one?
Just
Go to where
think
they are.
I don't want to see a Bigfoot, but I respect them enough to understand that they are more powerful than I am.
Oh, absolutely.
Therefore, why do I want to go with a flashlight? Where is Mr. Bigfoot? And then when I find him, what I'm going to say? Here is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
With banana.
Right.
You gotta spoil them a little.
He's gonna say, take that flashlight, turn around, and go all the way back exactly where you come from before I break your neck. Puerto Rican.
I'm a bit worried.
Miss Karen,
You know what, if
I
he
suggest
goes there and he keeps his head and he acts respectfully,
exactly.
Be nervous surroundings.
don't bang on trees and what do you call it?
Hooping and
I
hollering.
think that
Yeah.
to the kid.
Let him come to you.
Well, if she advised the kid of the do's and don'ts, I think he'll be all right. Because it's not Bigfoot the one that is aggressive. It's the Junoska. The Junoska is the one that is the killer.
Yeah, I wouldn't trust a Bigfoot as far as I could throw him. They're,
Yeah.
yeah, there's too many reports of them harming people, killing people.
Well, you listen to all the
And,
stories
you
out of
know-
Alaska. There's I don't know. I think being aware of your surroundings is most important whenever you're in the woods.
Absolutely.
Of anything.
Yeah,
But
really, and everywhere.
yes.
Prince of Whale Island is Junoska territory, because the lady who gave me the lady that she told the information about who was here first, humans, aliens, or Bigfoot, the lady that she's the daughter of a Bigfoot, she is from Alaska, and that's where her mama got raised, in Prince Whale Island. And it was a Junoska because she has to do her teeth, like sharpening, so it doesn't look pointy. So the Junoska got pointy. I got a picture of one of those dead, and you can see the pointy teeth.
Yeah, I didn't see any of those videos that you talked about. Like I'm Sasquatch's daughter. I didn't watch any of that. To me, it was just like, oh, come on, really? But I say that now, but I could watch it and be like, hey, this is the greatest thing in the world.
I think that if you're able to identify them, if you're able to identify, because this is what I find out on my research. Mog, you're frozen. Now you're good. Now you're moving. Say hi.
I'm just reading chat.
He wasn't moving.
Well, I do. I move around a lot if I stop or something wrong.
Yeah, right.
I'm just making sure you're there.
Yeah, I'm here. I'm listening.
Well, this is what I found out in the time that I've been doing my research. Bigfoot has the type 1. Bigfoot comes in like between 8 to 10 different types, but the type 1, which is the Patty, the one that look like Patty, the one from California, Patty, the one from the
yes, Yes, Patty. Yes.
Well, that
Type
that type is friendly type, is the one that is able to socialize and to live with humans. And it has been done because of the Carter family down in Kentucky. Janice Carter, and I think her dad was John, if I'm not mistaken, John, her daddy, and her sister Mary, if I'm not
Mhm.
mistaken, they had a Bigfoot family with them for 50 years, and they're the type one. Now, there's this hybrid subspecies. Those are the violent ones.
It's funny that you mentioned Carter because one of their Sasquatch was called Blackie. Now that I brought that up.
Yes, it did. Yes. Actually, Blackie was a rapist. Wasn't it? Or not? Yeah,
don't
Blackie
remember
was
that
the
part.
rapist. Excuse me. Remember that the lady, the neighbor, if you read the book, the neighbor was complaining that somebody got raped and that the kid was completely lost her mind, and she was talking about being a hairy man, the one who raped her. And that's when I think Janet or Mary remember about Blackie being a little bit like disrespectful toward
Aggressive.
females. Blackie was a teenager.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, like 8 to 10 types. I don't believe that one bit.
It's in the
I hear 4. I've heard 4.
Wendell just said 5.
Kurubi.
Windows says
I
5.
said 5.
Well,
And
well,
4 would be the Genasqua.
okay, count
It's-
it.
yeah.
Count
1, yes, 1 would be Patty.
Patty, then Jetty,
Who,
Yeti.
what?
Yeti.
Yeti.
Oh, but you're
Remember,
I'm talking the United States.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not talking different countries. I'm talking the United States.
Well, like Karen just said, I think
No,
the
no,
types are different depending on the region.
Yeah, of course. I mean, you have the Yowie, the Yeren, the Almasty in Russia. You have, I mean, there's all different species
That's
all
what I'm
over the
saying.
world. But the United States, I think there's, maybe just 4 different types of, according to what most people say. I'm just pulling it out of my ass. I'm repeating what I've heard. I don't know.
I would just
I try to go with what makes
I
sense.
understand.
Sorry.
I was generally speaking like worldwide.
Yeah.
Worldwide, because they got the American one, they got the Yeti, Yowie, Orang Pendek, they got the one that is
The rock ape in Vietnam.
the one in Vietnam, that's Orang Pendek. There's another one. Yowie, Yeti, Orang Pendek.
Yeren.
What is it?
There's a Yeren. That's in China.
It is the Yeren, yeah.
Yeren
That's
is in China.
I'm just like taking a wild guess. Worldwide, I would like to say like maybe 10 or less. And they're hybrids, and some of them are friends, some of them are enemies.
But I don't think that goes by species, though. You have good and bad and everything. I don't think like all Bigfoot are good or all Bigfoot are bad. There's going to be assholes in there somewhere. No matter what species it is.
Yeah. You're always gonna have an asshole in the club. But I have learned so much, man, because.
But don't believe everything. You do your research, and that's good. You don't just take somebody's word for it. Kind of.
I compare, and I. Go ahead. I'm listening to you. Mog, you frozen again?
No, I'm reading chat.
Stevie, shake that man for me, will you?
No, because then I won't be able to read
Now you-
chat.
Right.
Stevie, shake that young man for me, will you? No, I always check, make sure that I don't get the information wrong, like it happened to a certain guy, that he was saying that Jesus Christ was never crucified, and that Jesus Christ was Mary, and long story short, from the place that he got the information, it was a fraud. You know what I'm talking about? This guy, I can't remember his name. He used to be like bashing, and speaking negative until somebody told him, "Hey, you know that place that you got the information from? Yeah, that's a fraudulent document."
I don't know who
The
you're
guy
talking about.
could
I
not.
don't know who that is. Mr. Fritz, how's it going, buddy? Good to see you.
Well, it was something that happened with this guy, that he was denying a lot of stuff, and somebody just confronted and told him, "Hey, from wherever you got that information, that's the name of the document. Well, go and be checked on it. That document is fraudulent." And the guy was, I mean, he was like, okay, but I mean, what? 3 months later, he been talking about this, and that, and it was not true. Those things teach you a lesson. And I was like, every time that I'm gonna get something, I'm gonna check it and double check it. That's the reason why with that list that I gave you, I'm not even finished. But if you want to double check it, make sure that the guy is not alive. You know what I mean?
She's gonna have me doing her legwork and
Yeah.
looking up death
Researching
certificates,
for-
and
Yeah, that would be messed
you're gonna get a phone call. So what'd you find out? What?
up.
Ben, what's happening, dude? Good to see you.
Where
Karen says
is
she has trouble with the idea of puck wedgies, but that's just her.
Puck wedgies?
Yeah, that's puck wedgies. They're
wedgies.
supposed to be a lot smaller and vicious little things. I think. I don't know. They're not
Yeah,
Ewoks. The
I
size
think
of
I heard about where's Jim? No
He's
Jim
in there.
tonight?
Yeah, he's
in
in
there. He's
here.
in chat.
Yeah.
Hi Jim, just tell him I say hi, because
Just
he's scared of me.
Scared of you?
The truck, man, trucking is freedom. For those who know what I'm
We don't discuss that there. I don't, you know,
We
we
don't
don't
do
get into
politics.
politics and what's going on right now.
What are you
Thanks
talking
for
about? No,
asking,
no.
Yeah.
You talking to me?
No, there's somebody in
No,
chat
I
that
don't.
I'm addressing.
Oh, you scared me, man. I was like, what did I say? It's politics.
No, not you.
Nope.
Not you
I
at
was
all.
saying that. Thank you. I was
Alright.
saying that trucking
Yeah,
is freedom.
Yeah, we don't get
There's-
into
there's-
politics. It's safer that way.
There's two things.
Politics and
you're not
religion.
supposed to do. Correct. There's two things that you're not supposed to do in public: politics and religion. Those are private matters. That's what my grandpa teach me.
Donald, what's happening?
Those are, yeah, personal preferences. And
This
they
is
supposed to be private.
Mr. Lee is a card-carrying member of the Puck Wedgie Society.
Mr. Lisa sound like it is the Puck Society. Get it right.
Can you hear me? I lost
Yeah.
you for a second. Okay.
Waiting
All right.
hour.
Well, you-
Oh,
Wasn't me.
It's her signal.
Yeah. Well,
That's all right.
I'm gonna just
You didn't know.
put her right backstage, and I'll see her when she pops back up, when she comes back on.
I said, okay, sorry, I didn't know.
All right. Here, let me.
No problem.
Oh, no worries, man.
Yep. No worries. We'll talk about anything else.
Yeah, we do. We'll cover anything. But fishing and, I think I mentioned a lesbian tonight. Whatever, we just don't get into that. People come here to get away from that.
Yeah.
So, but you're good.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. Let me hit that. Links in chat. Anybody wants to pop on? Yes, Figgy's I'm lost in the connection. Well, the link's there. You can click on the link. It's the website.
So we.
Yeah. I don't dare have more coffee. I gotta go with the whatever's in this cup.
Did you get water?
Lemonade.
What do you have stuck to the bottom of that cup? Fortune.
Oh yeah. How about that?
What's the
I wonder
fortune?
whose fortune this was.
Yeah, right.
Can't read it. It's what?
Yeah, this is real question. Where the F is Papa Craig?
I don't know.
I haven't talked to him in a while.
No. Yeah. Gonna have to check in on him.
Right?
Hopefully, wherever he is, he's doing well.
I'm sure.
That's too good of a story for it. I want to hear more.
Excuse me.
Jay says, puck wedgies are what old men like me get when we pull our pants up too fast.
Jeez. Donald said Papa Craig's probably trout fishing.
With the grandkids.
Right? And Nana.
Bam.
Oh.
And then there wasn't.
What?
I knew he wasn't back there that long. Let me do this again. Ben, links in chat if you need it. There he is. Nope, that's Figgy again. Okay, it's a black screen. She's not on camera. Let's see. Nope.
Buffering.
Nope. Buffering. Buffering succotash. What?
Mr. Lisa J. Fritz, that
There we
vision
go.
is burned into my soul now. Anita.
I hope that's frozen.
Good to see you, Anita.
Yeah,
You there?
some problem with the connection, right?
Yeah, I think
Or
you're
lack
freezing.
With
Anita,
the
great to see
weather,
you.
Having trouble connecting.
Hope you're doing well.
Because, okay, internet. To my router? No, it cannot be my router. I don't have a router. There you go. Stevie.
Ben,
Hi,
that
Stevie.
link's in chat. Go find it.
Hello.
What else?
I got hard. I can hear you more.
Your audio is perfect.
On.
I think
Now you're gone.
it's your video that's freezing up. Sometimes if you go off camera, it might.
It uses, like, if you were to put on, like, turn off the camera, it uses less bandwidth or whatever, supposedly, and the audio comes in better.
Well, the audio seems to be okay.
Nope.
I
nope,
can
see
see
that?
you guys. Is
doing
Mog
good, right?
is the one
Yeah,
that
now
is
it's not good.
buffering.
No,
I
We're
can
not
see the
buffering.
beautiful lake that you got beside your house. And I'm
Isn't that
looking at Stevie.
we're
I
not
have no
buffering.
audio.
What's up,
But
Ben?
the weather is
How y'all
going to be
doing?
great. We're going to have a hurricane
Yes,
That's,
we're not.
that's
Hey guys, how y'all doing?
good. I'd say good to see you, but kind of.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to anyway.
I think I might see your nose.
You might as well put Lake on there.
You got
Lake on there?
cigarette.
Lee, I miss Lake so much. Yeah, I was, dude. I hung up a little while ago because they got a massive thunderstorm going on over here. So I didn't want to.
We had this weird system come through today that you look at the radar and it looked like doomsday storm
and
coming
then
through.
nothing materialized.
No.
You look outside, look around, and you're like, wait a minute, what's going on with radar?
I mean, the wind picked up over here, that video that you sent me this afternoon, but and I hit maybe a little bit of drizzle on the way home from work, but nothing compared to what the radar looked like. Like it looked like we were getting hit with a storm for a couple hours.
In the end of days.
Yeah, but nothing.
Wow.
Anita, I pray that you feel better soon.
Yeah.
Been a little bit wonky. Her health.
Where's Figgy? She has a bad connection.
I think her connection.
Oh, okay. Well, what y'all been doing, guys?
He said, Jamie says we had a tornado warning here in Saskatchewan.
Wow.
That's unusual.
Wow.
Really? That's strange, huh?
Tornado warning up in Canada like that far north? That's crazy.
I could be wrong, but I mean, I would think that's kind of strange.
Yeah, it is.
Cool. The lightning just lit me up. You saw that?
No,
I was reading chat.
Somebody might have
watch it later.
Dude, I was sitting on this porch about like 2 years ago. Me and my neighbor, who's a lawyer, were drinking some beer.
Doesn't make
all of a sudden,
being a lawyer. I said it doesn't make him a bad person.
No. He's not a bad person. But anyway, dude, like directly across the pond from me, we have a little lake. They call it a lake. I think it's more of a pond. But dude, we watched that house get just blasted by a lightning bolt.
Oh no shit.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we watched the shit blow up. It was the craziest shit I've ever seen.
Wow. I've seen it happen to trees and transform.
Yeah.
Not a house.
Yeah.
Growing up, I lived in Northern Virginia, just Alexandria, Virginia area. On Route 1, Beacon Hills, there's a church. Like if you're going towards DC, on the right, that I swear this church must have gotten struck by lightning once a year. I mean, the roof, the same side of the roof. They say lightning doesn't strike twice. This church got hit all the time. It wasn't people, it was the actual building itself, the roof would get hit.
I'm sorry, Steve. Go ahead.
No, what were you going to ask?
Was it sitting in like a pasture just by itself being the highest point?
Right off the highway. I mean,
you would think it would be the highest.
I mean, it
seems like it would have to be.
It's kind of a higher elevated, but I mean, you're talking Hyber Valley area, so it can't be that high of an elevation. No,
I got you.
For some reason, that same church would get struck by lightning on the same side of the roof. I mean, I must have grown up seeing that roof change about 10 times. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding.
Crazy. It's like, what's God trying to tell you?
You know, that one.
Hey, we're not talking. Hey, listen, y'all. We're not talking about religion, all right?
I'm not getting into
I'm
religion.
talking about a building.
I'm fucking with y'all.
I can say God all day long.
Right.
I'm just fucking with y'all. Yeah. So how's life in Florida?
Right.
Good.
That's good.
Haven't caught any decent fish lately.
No more sacale,
huh? Here and there, I'll catch one down at the dock where I work.
Yeah.
But nothing to write home about.
Nothing to brag about, yeah.
The one
how about you, Stevie?
What's that? I'm sorry, what?
How's your fishing been?
I caught a little dink of a bass yesterday, but the day before it was probably
Good
2.5
pounder, solid fish.
Damn,
yeah,
Nice gut on it.
there's worse things than that for sure.
right.
Absolutely.
What
What you
was that,
call
Mike?
it? on?
What?
I'm
Speed
sorry,
worm?
Mo. Oh, really? A speed
Yeah.
worm?
Yeah, with the J hook
Cool.
on
The
it.
J-tail.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah. No, that's cool. What you were
I was
using a weight?
surprised that the dink took it
Yeah,
because the worm was bigger than the fish.
it was. It was a cute little bass.
Dude, the thing is,
Yeah, I like
Texas rig or Carolina, whatever. It's
I
got
like
the hook and the bullet weight.
I like catching the smaller
Yeah.
bass. They're a fun fight.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, I do. I don't mind catching the small ones.
except on mine. Like if you,
Well, that's
my
what I was
pole,
saying. I was using his pole, and
it's like 7'6". It's kind of on the heavy side. It's a medium pole, but
it's a bit. It's big for me. I
a
mean,
big ass catfish pole.
I felt like 3 or 4 spins on the reel, and it was skipping across the top of the water.
you got to know how to use it.
No, I didn't.
But just to set the hook, she could have like pulled the fish right out of the water. And,
Right?
flung it.
I would have yanked it back, and it came flying through the window. Dinner. No.
Be filleted by the time it got through.
Wouldn't that be convenient, huh? Well, except for the window part.
Oh, it's already broke.
I already broke it.
She put a spinnerbait, a chatterbait. through it.
Chatterbait through it.
Good.
And I had to go wake him up and tell him. That sucked. As
I
a
bet.
career,
I bet. I mean, shit happens.
Yeah.
perfect
Tape.
circle.
I put some tape on it and just fucking still.
You're right. That's what life's all about. Shit happens, bro.
Perfect
it.
circle of a hole from the chatterbait. And when it flung back, I heard it went ting. And then I couldn't find my
Oh
lure.
man.
Where's the lure? I saw the line just dangling.
It's
On
right through the window.
inside the
The
window.
lure was sitting on the windowsill on the inside.
Oh
It was like,
no.
how the fuck did that get there? And I look up and I see this fucking perfect hole. I'm like, what the hell? The line's going through it, back out. You know, I'm like, holy
Wow.
shit.
So it didn't fuck up like the whole window. It just fucked up a little part.
Yeah. And it started
At
to run
least-
down, and I prevented it. It's got to be.
At least it was polite, bro. At least that chatterbait was polite.
What's your favorite type of fishing? For example, freshwater, saltwater, fly fishing, ice fishing. I've only been ice fishing a handful of times. It wasn't terrible. But freshwater and saltwater, I never got into fly fishing, but I love the trout fish. But right now, we're heavy into freshwater.
Because we're on.
And yeah, I can go an hour and be in saltwater.
Yeah.
So,
Suck fish.
doesn't matter what flavor the water is.
Right.
So y'all would have to travel an hour by no, not by boat because. So y'all would have to drive an hour to fish saltwater.
Yeah, or an hour and a half,
Okay.
depending which coast we want to fish. If we want to fish
Yeah, I
the
got you.
The
Okay.
Gulf Coast would be an hour and a half. The East Coast would be an hour.
Oh, okay.
Sasquatch says he likes ice fishing, baby. You'd have to have heard one of his interviews with Sasquatch. It was one or two, where he used a pun on a Vanilla Ice song.
Oh, gotcha.
Bro, I never talked to y'all since I saw this shit. Did y'all see the AI Bigfoots?
Yeah, we were talking about
Yeah, I
that.
don't watch him.
Man, fuck that. I hate that shit.
Jeez, tell us how you really feel.
Really, don't hold back.
Dude, it feels like a mockery. It really feels like a mockery of people.
Oh, it
You know
does.
what I mean? It really fucking
The
does.
vulgarity involved is, it's Bigfoot being doing drugs, tripping on shrooms, mouthing off. It's just
Dude, I didn't watch that much.
appreciate
I
that.
just saw that somebody had an AI video of Bigfoot talking to people, and I was like, fuck this. You know, dude, that shit pissed me off.
I mean, it's creative, but it's the subject matter that I don't have to watch.
Yeah, it's just like, it's really like, okay, so these idiots believe Bigfoot's a thing, so let's animate it and let's show them Bigfoot. Dude, fuck that. That is insulting. Really?
It's just somebody trying to make a buck. But if you look, they're on a lot of different channels. But it's like the same.
Dude, I saw that.
It's just all over the place with these different channels.
I saw that, bro. I hate it.
Like I said, it is creative, but
I mean, it's creative if the computer didn't.
it puts
So if
Bigfoot in a bad light. Some people think it's funny or whatever, but I
fucking hate it.
I'm sitting here defending Bigfoot. What the fuck's wrong with me?
I know, right?
Dude, I mean, it doesn't put Bigfoot in a bad light. It puts Bigfoot believers in a bad light because everybody knows there's no such thing as Bigfoot, right? Because where's the evidence? Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
But dude, it's fucking annoying to me. I don't know why I take that shit to heart like that. You know, I've never even seen one. I heard one, but never saw one. But man, it's just.
Anita doesn't like the vulgar ones or whatever that are disrespectful, but she likes.
Some of the other ones are funny.
Yeah.
She thinks they're cute.
Like I said, I like the idea, the creative, but
I can't say that I've really watched
presentation is
one fully. I've
the subject that
seen a couple seconds of it.
My whole thing is, so if those things look so real, I mean, if somebody takes a actual video of Bigfoot, how can you possibly
nobody can believe it.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah, no.
That's
AI
my
is not that. I've been saying it since AI started up that it's just gonna muddy the waters even more.
You mean a motherfucking Terminator 2. I'm sorry for being graphic. I'm sorry for graphic language, Mogs and Stevie.
You're kidding, right?
Yeah, man, I'm fucking with you. Yeah, but dude, Terminator 2 is fucking horrifying. You know, when they show the goddamn robots just exterminating us, so they have to send somebody back in the future into the fucking past.
Well,
To
Mr.
fight
Lee,
the
because
robots.
Elon Musk says AI advancement is a bigger threat than nuclear war, and I believe.
Dude, I believe it too. I'm not gonna say too much about what I believe about this shit, but I think we are fighting a certain. Well, never mind. I'm not saying shit.
Let's not get into that.
Nope, let's not. We're not gonna do it.
Roger said, Jim, I like those interviews you made.
I think in a different direction with the AI. I think it's making humans more lazy.
Oh,
You know,
technology made humans more lazy.
The
like,
AI as
for
far
years
as thinking, creativity and
AI learns our behavior and
Yeah.
patterns itself after our behavior to make
So,
us think it is sentient, which it might be sentient right now. You know, sentient means a being that thinks.
self-aware.
Yes, exactly.
Windows 95 to AI.
Man, I hate the fuck out of that. Now, I'm sorry if people like it. I mean, y'all can like it. That's cool, but I just don't like it.
I wonder if I'd love to go back and hear conversations when the internet was introduced and people were sitting around talking right now like they are about AI. It's gonna
Wait,
ruin the
what?
world. It's gonna fucking ruin the world.
But
Yeah.
like you said, look at Terminator and Terminator 2, and it was all based on AI becoming aware.
Yep. And deciding that they don't need us. You know?
And what was the name of the company that in the movie?
Skynet.
Yeah.
Skynet. Yeah. Man, thank y'all for letting me bullshit with y'all.
Oh, anytime, man. Mr. Lee says you can now get infrared contact lenses. They could really move things ahead for Sasquatch research.
Really?
I'd be walking into shit.
Maybe they might have those in Great Britain. I've never come across any of those.
Well, when they first worked with like night vision with the military, when they were using the green or whatever color they were using,
I know what you just said.
yeah, that caused soldiers to see shit.
They were seeing
Yeah, they
were
use.
seeing-
demons.
yeah, they were seeing it to
Yeah.
another freaking dimension.
Yeah, exactly. They used green at first. Is the story I heard.
Yeah,
So they saw demons and shit. So they were so fucking freaked out. The military acquiesced to the soldiers and put a new frequency on the night vision goggles. I don't understand how. I mean, I watched a war movie today. I mean, I've never been in war, but I don't see how the military would acquiesce to just soldiers and be like, okay, since you were suffering so much, we're going to change stuff. And that brings up politics, so I'm going to drop that.
Well, you look at movies like Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger, and that's where I remember seeing like the body scans for the airport, and that from that
oh
movie.
yeah, and that came to
And then that,
fruition.
yeah, right. Well, I
Well-
said that. I've always said it about the Jetsons and video
Oh yeah, the Jetsons were the first one to do video chats.
chats. Absolutely. I
Yeah.
said, I'm still waiting for that machine that you push the button
And the food,
and food's
yeah,
there.
food synthesizer.
Yes.
Dude, as I don't believe in coincidences, but as a
So-
synchronicity, I was reading about those body scanner things today
Oh
for
yeah.
whatever reason, and you can opt out of them, but you get patted down. But every time you go through them, a certain person who has the patent on the body scanners gets paid.
Really
Yes, that's what I heard, bro.
odd. You would think they would just buy them right out, and nobody would get a percentage of that
Right.
shit. Just here I invented this. Buy it from me.
Yeah, dude, I could be wrong, but that's what I heard today.
Oh, but if you watch something like Shark Tank, where you get three guys going in, giving him money for a percentage of the business, so maybe What's up, Wendell?
Hey, Wendell, what's up,
Pops,
bud?
Ben, Stevie,
How you doing, Wendell?
just hanging out
Good to see you, buddy.
with
got a
all this.
Good.
Yeah, I kind of went the other way with it.
Cut him off.
We've been doing chats.
Jamie says it's time for tea and a split.
We've had so much rain in the past 2 weeks; it's unreal.
Dude, us too. Us too.
I'm wondering if people aren't manipulating the weather for some reason.
Mm.
We are.
No, they
It's just
are.
a matter of who.
And why?
China. Excuse me, China. But
We talked about the Hawk Project already, right?
yeah. Karen says hubby gets patted down because his DBS is not able to go through those things. He's got some card from Medtronics.
Well, with my prosthetics, I go through it and they scan, but then I get swabbed, and that's where they found the
They pulled her aside because they found explosives on her fucking
explosive
shoes.
traces of explosives on my shoes.
It was like baby.
Damn.
Yeah,
It was
I mean,
talc powder, whatever it
they had a
was.
full
You
on
what?
taken aside.
There wasn't.
They
Yeah.
went through every inch of everything that I carried with me. I had a full case, suitcase, and a backpack, and my purse. They went through every last little thing, And
Oh my goodness.
they asked me what did I think it could be if it wasn't, they asked me had I been to a firing range, had I handled any weapons, or I'm
Her
like,
answer was no. I walked around the streets of
I
Washington.
did. I said
DC
I've been
or
walking around Baltimore. I said I've been walking around Baltimore this past whole week. I said
Wow.
so. I knew what I picked up on my shoes. But what they found was after going through everything in my belongings, it was shower to shower powder. I used the powder for my legs because of the silicone on the sleeves for my prosthetics. I carry it with me.
Gunpowder?
Usually before I put my legs on or I take them off, my shoes are in very close proximity, right down at the end of my legs. So yeah, it probably got powdered.
So
at
an
some point.
ingredient in shower to shower after shower,
It
powder
displays as
comes up as an explosive.
explosive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Damn. Hey, bro, are these wind chimes too loud?
I heard them and then I didn't, but now that you're talking about it, no.
I could
Yeah.
drop out. I don't want to ruin the podcast.
You're good.
You mentioned it, nobody else did. I said I heard it earlier. I like the sound of wind chimes.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
don't
yeah, but
sound
the
bad.
wind just started really blowing.
It's not overpowering. You're fine.
All right, thank you. What's going on,
Yeah.
Wendell?
Jamie said there's so much rain down here, the animals are forming pairs.
We're having one or two rain or storms a day around here.
Hey, Sharon.
See, Mr. Lee said, Ben, they are lovely. Your wind chimes.
All right.
Jamie says you need more cowbell.
God damn. Then there's more cowbell.
Froggy's paranormal and
Funny as
as well.
fuck. Hey, bro, y'all ever saw the one where somebody there was something called biotech, I think. So they send you a box and you open it up and there's something that they call a proto-human that jumps out and fucking wrestles with you to let you lose weight. Have you ever seen? You gotta see that shit, bro. That
Never
is
seen
funny as hell. That's Saturday Night Live.
Apparently, I smell like cheese.
I've been watching that AI gorilla singing songs and doing
Oh my
everything.
god. Ugh.
No, and Anita
Man.
said what we said about it's going to muddy the waters. It's like
It definitely will. Because they're
no one's gonna
already
believe what you have. I could have the best photo or
yeah.
video, and no, it's AI.
I don't believe it. Bring me a body. I don't believe
Yeah,
it. Bring me a body.
I think AI is going to be the downfall of us.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Just like a certain movie I'm thinking about.
Yeah, me too. I just can't think of the name of it.
iRobot.
Yeah,
What else?
Terminator 2.
there's a few of them.
Man, there's a few. Maybe Carter says, remember the old commercial for Trunk Monkeys?
What was it?
Trunk Monkeys.
I don't remember that.
That
Yeah, I
must have
think
been
that was-
local.
I
Because I,
think
don't
that was a
remember it either.
now thing. Ben says, I love the wind chimes.
Right?
All right, cool. Because they are going.
Bringing a level of zen to this show.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Hey, Mogs,
Jim
you got the
says, love
M in
Trunk
your palm?
Monkeys.
Mouse.
What was
What's that?
You got the M in your palm?
I do. Oh, I'm not even on camera.
What's that mean?
I found a video today and posted it on my Facebook, Bigfoot 911. that you can go check it out.
Oh,
It
okay.
has a whole bunch of different meetings.
All right. Got you, buddy.
You see it?
Yep.
I don't know if you see it. Yep.
I don't know if I
There's a
call
lot
it.
of videos about that.
So what-
You've got it. Look, this one's better. I've got it on
Not
both.
really.
Look at that one.
There's no connecting on here.
Look at that
Yeah.
one. You see? That one's more
Yeah.
definite.
So with the, I'm very curious about the M on your palm. So
It's supposed to. I can't speak to it wholly. I just know it's supposed to mean that people with that on their palm are gifted and sensitive to.
They're part of a tribe and drawn together.
oh really?
Yeah, a lot of the folks in Bigfoot.
This doesn't
Look-
connect.
Oh, I didn't
A
see
lot
that.
of Bigfoot researchers have that.
A lot of Bigfoot people have the M's, yes.
Okay. Oh wow, I didn't know that.
And if you Google it, it tells you that only like 1% of the people are supposed to have the M.
Oh wow,
Yeah,
Never researched it.
I didn't know that.
No,
definite.
I've seen yours. I know.
Yeah, Roger was watching. Holler brought it up, and I got to looking it up, and
Oh, they've been talking about that for a
So
while
far.
now.
Wow, that's super interesting. I did not know about that.
Got the movie Demon Seed. Great movie about AI. Well, what was the movie with the girl robot that
Oh,
that really freaky one? It's a girl's name or something.
I don't know.
The one with what's that? It was a gorgeous woman, or like
Well, it was a little girl. She was
Oh.
supposed to be like.
Oh, that little. Yeah, I never saw the
and she,
movie,
like,
but
I thought she was a robot.
she was. I forget. Megan Fox.
Megan
there
Fox.
was also a little boy that was a robot.
I knew, and I just couldn't spit it out. Megan. When she said,
Oh,
you know, Megan Fox.
Yeah, that one was a little
Megan.
too self-aware.
I never watched it. It just seemed freaky.
The one where like she's like a nanny to the kids.
She's a companion for the kid.
Okay, yeah, I never watched. I watched.
Jamie says it's hard to see my palms on account of the hair.
That sounds
That
like
dude is-
Michael Haywood.
That dude is funny as shit. That fucker is funny, boy.
That's a tribe in its own.
No man.
Ain't that the truth?
Jamie Summers, the Bionic Woman.
Have you seen the movie The Girl That Believed in Miracles?
No.
That is a very touching picture. You would
Is
love
that
it.
the girl? Is that the one where the girl prays to God and birds come back to life and people walk
Yeah.
again?
Yeah.
Made a rule
I
before.
want to check it out.
Yeah.
That ending was a wild
I didn't
ending in
see
that
it,
picture.
so I don't know the ending.
Don't tell us.
Spoiler alert.
Don't, yeah, no.
No.
Okay. Okay, I won't.
But this goes against the rule.
Mystery Lee says, "I, Robot" with Will Smith. I predict it. That will come true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure it will. I'm sure it will.
They already have the police dogs. The military uses them. Certain cities have them. You know, they're the robot dogs looking.
How
they
the
look-
fuck can you trust a robot dog?
They look like dogs, and they send them into buildings and whatever they use them for. But
Sit, Ubu, sit.
they're already.
Yeah. Sit, Ubu. Who the fuck is? I remember Ubu.
I remember Ubu. think we
Yeah,
What was
do.
that on? Like the X Files or some shit?
No, it was. At
It
the
was
end
that.
of-
It was like one of the production companies
at
or
the
whatever
end
it
of the
was.
show, if that they would say it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's one of the dogs, but I'm wondering what show that was on.
No, this
Behind it.
was in the credits afterwards.
Yeah, I
It
know. I remember that. Dude, the last thing.
Good. There was a few of them few different shows. I just don't remember. Like it could have been like Stargate. It could have been something I
Yeah.
saw a lot of, but it goes back.
Yeah.
I used to piss my ex-wife off. She would sneeze and she
Shows
sounded
like Family Ties. It was a production company, Ubu Productions.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
my ex-wife would sneeze like a.
I like some
a-
of the names of the that they have in the credits at the end.
What?
If you read
Yeah.
the names in the credits, they have some wild names in there.
Look, here's the picture that would go along with it.
Yep. Black Lab.
With a frisbee in his mouth.
One of the Japanese ones I was watching doing the kung fu had two long dong.
So Family Ties, Brooklyn Bridge, Spin City. I just lost the list. There's a bunch
Oh,
of them.
family
Family
ties.
Ties, probably.
You mean family ties or family
Yeah,
guy?
I watch that shit a lot.
That
Family
was with
Ties.
Michael J. Fox.
Yes.
Keaton family.
The Keatons, huh?
Yeah, Alex Keaton. He played.
Hey, you remember? Yeah.
Keaton.
Michael J. Fox was a little fucking Republican. And everybody else was cool. Remember that shit?
Throughout
I'm
the show.
telling
Yeah.
you.
Yes, he was a child politician. I mean,
Yes, he was. I remember that shit now.
yes, I almost forgot about that too. Yeah,
It's strange how the pictures we used to love back in the 70s and 80s seem so stupid now.
No, bro.
The classics.
I still
Like
think The Lost
Happy
Boys is one of
Days
the best movies
Johnny
ever.
the Chachi.
Yeah,
it
good
was.
movie.
It was. I agree.
Definitely a good movie. Lost Boys.
The Addams Family. Gilligan's Island. That one's really dumb.
Not at the time. And to watch it now, yeah, I guarantee if it came on your TV right now, you'd watch it. It's classics.
I tell you what, as a kid at the movies, I think one of the best movies I ever saw back then was The Last Starfighter.
That was good.
It was.
Yeah, that was. a good
Oh, that was
movie.
the one.
I
That
like
was the
that.
one with the
movie.
video game.
Yes.
I was a bus patrol, and they took us to the movies in the 6th grade to go see that. That was awesome. I love that movie. Probably watched it 10 times after that.
My first experience with classical music, my class took a field trip downtown in Atlanta, and we're sitting there, and you could feel the vibrations and everything. It blew me away.
We did the planetarium a lot.
Oh yeah, we did too.
One of the
Every year.
one of the community colleges, Ocean County Community
Yeah.
College, had their own planetarium. It was pretty
Absolutely.
cool.
No shit.
That
Yeah.
was always amazing.
Damn.
Love going to the planetarium. They have one over at Seminole.
Yeah, we had
Doodle.
Fernbank Science Center in Atlanta that I went to.
Well, see, growing up right outside of DC, we got to take field trips to the museums, and we were always over there. Air and Space Museum was my favorite.
Yeah, I did things in planetariums I probably shouldn't have.
You're probably doing everything you're not supposed to do in every place you go.
Anyway, so I met Dawn Wells once. That was Marianne
Mary Ann.
from Gilligan's Island. Right on.
No shit. That's awesome. Mhm.
Jay
Well-
says he must have watched Outlaw Josie Wales at least 200 times.
Me and you both, but I agree.
Yep. Both of y'all modes. You and him.
I went to the Huntsville Space Center and seen their planetarium thing they got, and the Chevy show at Six Flags was awesome.
Yeah.
I haven't been to a theme park in a while. I'm due. Busch
Why?
Gardens.
Why would you?
Like that.
Oh, I love roller coasters, dude.
For real?
Yeah, I got to be in the front seat.
Do you?
Hey, when they was building the Scream Machine, my stepfather held the construction up for 2 weeks because he had the track on his truck in our front yard broke down.
Damn, that sucks.
I saw you wrote that in chat. That's funny.
Yeah.
You say
Yeah.
that.
Anita says, I love seeing things I remember from when I was younger. They aren't stupid to see. They bring back wonderful memories of youth for me. And yeah.
Yeah, me too. Me
Yeah,
too.
some of them do. But like I say, just sitting there watching some of them, they so lame now that it's unreal.
Mr.
Like
Lee
what?
says, Tom Cruise says, Cocktail is my favorite movie. Mr. Lee says, shut up, Tom.
Did you ever watch the original Dark Shadows?
Mr.
Yeah.
Lee and
That was-
Tom Cruise.
It's actually my mom's
Still, huh?
favorite. Original Dark Shadows. Yeah.
What was that? Barnaby?
Barnaby.
Barnaby Collins.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Y'all know Mr. Lee knows Tom Cruise very well,
Funny,
right?
'cause She didn't want us watching it with me when I was a little girl because she thought I would go to bed with nightmares. But I always heard her TV in the episodes, so I never actually watched them. I listened to them for the most part, but she loved that show, Dark Shadows, the original Dark
I
I
did
Shadows.
never
too.
got into
But
that
I
when I
went
was-
back. I ran across some replays of it, and I just couldn't. I couldn't sit through it again.
kind of like the movie that for Dark Shadows that was Jack Sparrow. What's his name? The actor.
Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, what's
Johnny Depp?
Johnny Depp? I'm pretty sure he played Barnabas
Oh, really?
in the movie. Yeah,
I didn't know that. I don't
I
think
believe.
I knew that.
gotta double check.
NAC, good to see you, David.
What's up, David?
David says, Mr. Lee, arguing with yourself?
I
He
see
played
most of them
Barnabas
on
in the movie
the chat.
Dark Shadows. Johnny Depp. Yeah.
That's cool. I didn't know that. I like Johnny Depp. He's an amazing.
Jason says,
actor.
Ben got a beard.
Yeah, I do.
Well,
Can you tell?
I don't know.
you know, I was in the movie.
Was there lightning
Hey,
again?
night vision on Jay.
You know, I was a
That's funny.
extra
Look
in the
at
movie
Anita
Six
Rowe. When
Pack.
I was Anita Rowe, when I was really little, it took me a couple years to be brave and watch The Wizard of Oz. Past the Flying Monkeys. And it's funny because we watched it every year. I mean, I remember really toddler watching it with my sisters, and you'd think something like that would be scary for me that little, that young.
Yeah.
But she let us watch that. You know,
The monkeys were creepy.
they were. Hell yeah, they were.
on Amazon.
Other people freak me out. Are you kidding me?
Roger.
The Lollipop Kids?
Right? Yeah, right.
They freaked me
Yeah, the
out.
lollipop kids were fucked up. God damn.
The little kick.
We are the lollipop kids. The lollipop kids. Dude,
Just the face he makes when he's
Yes. I'm telling you, that shit was creepy as hell.
dude, my son saw that shit and he was like, I could tell he was just like, what the fuck is going on?
Roger says first movie I got to watch at a theater was The Legend of the Lone Ranger back in 1981. I was around 11 years old at the time.
Boy, I used to love me some goddamn Lone Ranger. But I love Star Wars more.
Jim says the best thing about the TV series Dark Shadows it was the first time he saw Kate Jackson. who was later a Charlie's Angel.
Mm.
Philly says first movie I saw on VHS was Jaws.
Robert Downey Jr. and Tropic Thunder. They couldn't make that movie today.
Hell no. And we're not going to talk about why, but they couldn't.
No, but if you saw it, you know.
Yeah.
No, you
If you know, you know.
How
Yeah.
about the brother from outer space?
Wait, what's that?
The brother from outer space.
hang in there, David.
Folks, you know what he's talking about?
I saw Mary Poppins when I was 5 or so, Karen said.
And what else was back
Well, if
then?
you're going that route, I'm going to say chitty chitty bang bang.
Chitty Chitty Bang Bang
Yes.
was the next one I was
I
just going to
love that.
mention.
Oh my goodness. Dude, if anybody knows what he was just talking about, wow. That's
Oh.
fucking amazing. I know what you were talking about.
Jim says, could you imagine what Blazing Saddles would be if it were made today?
It wouldn't be made today.
No, bro.
I don't know. Are there any movies out now recent that would even broach some of this comedy?
Fuck no. Fuck no.
Yeah,
Dude, I think, you know what? I don't think Airplane could be made today.
Probably not.
I bet you it couldn't. And that was a funny
No,
fucking
you
movie.
couldn't find another old white woman who could speak jive.
Exactly. Absolutely. Someone knew what
Yeah.
Mel Brooks is making a new movie, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's making Spaceballs too.
Two. Yeah, I think I
That's
heard about that.
That's right.
I want to
Bro,
see that.
that's gonna be so fucking woke. I mean,
Oh, I hope not.
I don't want to call it woke. It's gonna be so different.
Too late.
It's like the cat's out.
You know,
Jay says the first movie, Dr. Frankenstein, when I was 9, I was scared shitless until I was mid-teens. The movie fucked him up.
Frankenstein
that
meets
really-
the Wolfman.
What happened?
they said woke and
Woke and
broke.
broke. Is that like Wake and Bake? No.
Abbott and Costello meet the Wolfman.
How about?
Fuck. Three Stooges.
Absolutely. Those were the good movies back then.
The first movie.
Roger hit the nail on the head
Yeah.
because they'd never make TV shows like All in the Family, The Jeffersons, Sanford and Son.
No.
Good Times. They won't make. Well, Good Times is cool. But-
Good time.
They were interracial. Really.
Yeah.
No, Good Times was good.
I used to like Good Time.
Some tough shit. Good. I mean, Archie Bunker was just a bigot, you know.
Mhm.
James. Damn.
I remember that.
Dynamite.
No, mate. I used to think Thelma was hot when I was a kid.
That's 'cause she was.
Thelma! She was, huh?
Yeah.
Fucking right.
Smokey and the Bandit. I want to smack your mama in the mouth when I get home.
Yeah. Daddy, the roof came off.
Hold
Son,
my hat.
I'm going to punch your mama right in the mouth.
Fred, don't make me come get you.
I can quote the hell out of that movie.
Yes, again.
You and me both, especially part Fred, don't make me come and get you, and he's already waist deep in the lake.
What's that woman got on? Her mind?
I'm still thinking about that beautiful
Take it off
goddess,
the wedding
Florida
dress.
Evans.
Say that again.
I'm still thinking about that beautiful goddess, Florida Evans.
Jim says Janet Jackson was on Good Time. She was. She was a little
Yeah,
girl.
she was.
Very
She
pretty.
was. Oh man, what was her mom's name? Oh man, I remember that shit.
I used to love Kate Jackson.
Was it Wilma? Not Wilma.
Oh shit, it's close. It's very close.
Yeah.
Jamie, I like.
Walona. Walona.
Willona.
Yeah.
Willona.
Jamie, when it was on, I was a fan of that show. Actually, Northern Exposure.
Yeah, that was a good one.
I didn't watch Northern Exposure until we moved in
Mr.
here.
Lee says American sitcoms that he liked was Taxi
Soap
and
and
Soap.
Soap and Taxi.
What the hell is soap?
That was with
What's her name? There's a couple of people in
I
there.
never watched it.
I didn't
I
either.
don't think I ever watched it.
Taxi. Bro, that shit was. That's the one with.
Jim, not
That's
the
MASH,
not the mom, not the mother. We were talking about the neighbor, Walona.
Yeah, Willona. Yeah, the
The one that
mother was.
adopted Penny. She adopted Penny.
Yes, she did. You're right. You're right. Penny, and then something terrible happened to Penny with like the janitor or some shit.
Somebody in the building, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I used to love me some Good Times.
Right.
David says Wendell finally found a Sasquatch and it scared all the hair off his head.
It's possible I did last week.
Squatch looks like.
I seen 3 possible shadows or silhouettes going through the woods.
Really? At 9:57, you're going to tell us you might have seen a Sasquatch last week?
Yeah. Well, I've mentioned it before, but
Where were you?
Okay.
we was at camp, Hollins Hunt Camp.
Okay.
Me,
what
Mark,
Yeah, it was cool.
I like
me,
it.
Mark, and Gary seen one that's at the same time, was up there with everybody sitting around talking, and got a
Bam.
glimpse of it going zipping through the woods across the road there, right below where the porta potty was. And then I looked down the hill where y'all camped at down there in the hole. Saw
Who,
that
me?
one. It looked no, Moggs and Stevie.
Oh, Stevie. Oh, okay.
Yeah, seen one that looked like it was about 9 foot tall. And then I seen another one that crossed in the dark and the night that Roger got his flare of his orb that he's been showing.
Oh.
Wendell, down at the bottom where we were camped out, if you go all the way to the tree's edge, Michael Haywood found a building down there.
Yeah, he found some structure in the woods.
It's like an old shed or something, about the size of a shed or something. But I saw it when when y'all were trying to finish packing up and pulling the stuff under the wheels. I was down there. I walked to the edge. I could see it. I could barely see it through the tree line. But yeah, there's a building back there down at the very, very bottom left corner of that little cul-de-sac down there.
I have to get down there and check it out next time I
Night,
get down
David.
there.
Thanks for hanging out. Good to see you.
Michael went for a walk and I don't know how close to it he got, but he came back talking about it. Like
Yeah, he went out looking for
the second
firewood.
Yeah, he was picking up firewood and he stumbled on it.
And then he found some lighter wood.
Yeah.
Well, you know how where they had the fire pit at up there on the hill, and you can see all the way down to the bottom down there, straight into the woods. That's where I seen the 9 foot tall block out 2 trees.
Wow.
Can't even say we were at the bottom of the hill. We were on the hill.
We were on the hill. Pat and them were on the at the bottom.
Yeah.
That was some crazy shit. I'm surprised I even
Oh, there you go.
did the pop up the way I did it.
That was, I mean, it was solid though.
It was solid. Thank you to Joe.
Yeah.
So, Mose, you went to a place in
Alabama.
yeah, with Wendell, and he saw Bigfoot, and you didn't.
Well,
He didn't see
this
it when
was
I
at
was there.
different times.
Yeah, that
Oh, okay.
So
All
we
right.
went last year.
Yeah, I remember when y'all went. Yeah.
And then last week we was back down there, about 40 of us wound up being down there for the Mark Green's fire pit and live, and some of us went to the Alabama Bigfoot conference, and it was a lot of fun.
Hang on.
Had
Yeah,
a lot of
so-
activity.
So,
If you go to my Bigfoot 91 page on Facebook, you can see an orb that, well, it might have been an orb that I caught, and some eye shine with my
Wow.
night vision.
yeah.
What's the Facebook page?
Bigfoot 911.
Okay. On Facebook, go check it out.
Yeah, that's my group on Facebook.
Very good.
And I got one for camping too.
Just killed 2 birds with 1 stone, I guess. One trip, you're camping, and well, Bigfoot.
What's the camping website, bro?
I'll tell you in a second.
No, okay. No,
Okay.
Mose, I'm about to roll up, brother.
No, so are we,
we
man.
all are. Here comes quite early and quickly.
Hopefully it doesn't come at all tomorrow.
Yeah, I wish.
Yeah,
I mentioned earlier, tomorrow's my 20th anniversary. I got a week off for it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
It's
they
called
give me
camping
Yeah.
gadgets.
What is it?
Camping gadgets.
Okay.
That's cool.
yeah, cool.
Yeah, they give
Be
me an
sure to
extra
check it out.
I mentioned when it was handed to me that I'll probably take that week around the end of September.
Yeah,
I'm happy for you, Stevie.
I already put the word in.
I think we're going to go back to Alabama in September, the end of September.
Well, if you do, let me know and I'll hang out with y'all down there.
I'm probably going to go over to Flat Rocks.
Oh, you're not going to come up to Hollins?
I don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know yet. We haven't planned
We'll get-
absolute yet.
yeah, there's nothing in stone.
Well, if you come to Hollins, let me know. I'll come join you.
Well, do.
Yeah, I'd like to get back there. I mean, when I was there, I was still in a lot of pain. Still, I mean, it was a year ago, and as funny as it sounds, I was still kind of figuring out the fitting of my prosthetics in a sense.
Yeah.
I figured it out there actually, and have been great ever since. But when I was there, I was hurting a lot. It was hard for me to get up the hill, and we did go for a walk a bit, but it was rough for me. I want to go back now that I get around pretty good.
Right on.
So one day for sure.
On that note, I want to thank everybody for hanging out tonight. Ben, good to see you.
Figgy, we'll
You
talk
as
to you
well,
soon.
Wendell. Yes, Figgy. Sorry you're having difficulties, technical problems.
Right.
Yeah, that sucks, man. Great to talk to all of y'all. Y'all have a good night.
Good to
You
see
too,
you,
Good night,
Ben.
everybody.
Okay.
I enjoyed it immensely.
Wendell. Have a good night. Thanks for hanging out.
Guys, check out Wendell on
You too.
Bigfoot 911.
Good night. Thank you. And don't forget, I got Bigfoot 911 on Facebook and Camping Gadgets.
There you
There
go.
you go. Go
All
check
right.
them
All
out.
right. Bye
Have
bye.
a good night. Right on. Yeah, I didn't know about the camping gadgets.
No.
Now I'm curious.
I know, right? This show went by pretty quick tonight.
It's just a video about 2 sticks
Yeah,
rubbing
right.
together and
And a
make a
spark.
fire.
And a spark.
All right, everybody.
Thanks
Again,
for
thanks for hanging out.
Yeah.
We'll be back on Tuesday. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Tomorrow's the first day of summer. Enjoy it.
Right.
It'll be over before you know it. So if you enjoyed tonight's show, please hit that like button below. Share it out. If you're new, subscribe
Listen to Jim. Leave words and comments.
and
later.
leave comments. All right, guys. You guys take care of one another. Take care of yourselves. We love you.
We do.
Peace and God bless.